So we're going to talk about the pattern for ballroom glitz. Okay, so don't be alarmed, there's only one pattern piece and that is on page 5. Oh, I lied, there's 2, but it's only a square, it's not complicated. The idea of this pattern, as I said in the introductory video, is we're actually going to learn the techniques so that they're in our head and we can apply them to different garments and even drafting our own. Okay, so what have we got to do? We've got a cutting list. We need to cut the dress top, which is actually part A, and we need to cut on the fold. So with this pattern, cut the purple line with paper scissors and just cut up there so there's no seam allowance on the fold sign. Just a quick run through with these X marks here are where we will place Dolly's gathered sleeves, and these are the button and buttonhole markers. We'll transfer those markings to the bodice when we've made it up, and that will be in one of the videos in this series. So we need to cut one on the fold in purple satin, and we need to cut one on the fold in purple poly cotton. So here I have my 2 pattern pieces, the bodice, and I've removed the seam allowance there, and the strap. So parts A and part B, we're going to put part B aside and we're just going to talk about part A. So starting with the poly cotton, and this is where you'll see you've got plenty here, so don't be alarmed. What I would do is go this way for you. Go this way for you. Okay, fine. Just fold over there. I've got a nice fold here. This fold needs to correspond with this fold marking, and you can see I'm a little bit tight to the selve edge there. The selve edge being the raw edge of the fabric when it's woven, so not the one that you cut, it's the one in the manufacture. So if I move it down, we'll get that on there. And if you're conscious of, you know, making the most out of your material, you'll see that this is the only bit we need, and all of this is left over to go into your stash. So you want to pin that. As usual, I don't have my pins anywhere near me, and I've smashed the pot of my cactus, so do bear with me. When you're pinning, make sure you don't crumple up the fabric underneath. It should stay nice and flat. If you've got pattern weights, use those. Some of you prefer them, I know. Big shout out to patternweights.co.uk. The good chaps down there are always making lovely pattern weights. They're a bit of a collector's item. I have a few myself. Right, so what you want to do is you want to cut around that, leaving the fold intact, so you don't cut this side. We're just going to cut here, 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 up here, and around the sweetheart neck. So now we're going to cut the same pattern piece A of the bodice with our satin, and I am just going to move that fold to maximise the use of the fabric so that we've got lots left over, because we have to cut our skirt from this piece. Seems about right to me. And again, just pin. Satin will move quite a bit when you're pinning and cutting. That's why you'll notice I always have one hand firmly on the pattern, and any material that you've got that's extra that's dragging off the side of the table, you probably want to bunch it up so that it doesn't fall off the table. So the easiest thing to do is just automatically get rid of any weight by cutting off the largest part of the excess that we don't need. And we can put all of that satin to one side for our skirt. And then just going to cut our neckline. Again, one hand firm on what you're cutting. Down into here, swivel the scissors and across the back. Oop, oop, oop. There we go. Right, fine. Perfect. So remove the pins let's practice some pin safety. Let's always put them where we can find them, especially with little people, cats, dogs. Right, so what we have now is we have a shiny side and we have a dull side, and we have our poly cotton. So we have two versions of the bodice pattern piece, one in satin, one in poly cotton, and they are going to be sandwiched together. But we come back to the pattern and we've got these two X's. So I will have a quick look at the pattern to make sure I'm telling you the right thing. Always refer to the pattern. And actually, you'll notice we have little tick boxes so you can tick what you're doing as you go. So we ought to make the straps really, because they are going to get sandwiched in here before we go any further. Pop those to one side. Got the strap. What I've done is I've double layered, just to save some time, double layered my net and literally pop that one on, and with a rotary cutter or your scissors, just going to go through both layers, pop that on there, take away the excess, and we're just going to neaten that edge there. Oops. Stuck on something. There's obviously something under my board. And there we have got two equal size squares of the holographic net. Now, because this is going to be on Dolly's outside, going to be seen, we need to make these edges nice and straight. So if you look very carefully, one side of this net has the raised holographic circles on, and the opposite side you can see the mesh of the net over the holographic little detail. So obviously this is the wrong side of the material, and the side with the most clear holographic spots is the correct side of the material. So as this is a pure square, what I want you to do is pop it face down on the table and pick the top and the bottom sides and just do a little fold there. Little fold. I'm actually going to pin that because it's quite hard to see. Quite hard to see. There we go. And then we're going to do the opposite side. So both of the seams that we're making, the little hems, are folded to the back side of the holographic net, where you can see the holograph little circles are actually, they have the net over them. That's how you can tell which is the right side. So what I'd like you to do now is, with a straight stitch and an even tension, is just stitch this seam here, turn it around and stitch down there. And what that will give us is a nice tidy side pieces. Now you can already see how the shape of this square has turned into a rectangle, and that is because what we're going to do is, these are the sides of the strap, and then we are going to gather that end up, and we are going to gather that end up to give a Princess Anne strap. So why don't you sew those and I'll meet you back here.